welcome to the news. My name is John, and I'll be your anchor for today. So the headlines: a new set was announced today. It's the X and Y set. But let's take a closer look at some of the cards, shall we? This first EX is Xerneas X. Now you may notice this from the front of the X Pokemon box. Anywho, it's the Fairy type EX, and its first move there is Breakthrough for 60 damage for 2 colourless and a Fairy. It also does 30 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. Its other attack, Blast, requires 2 Fairy and 2 colourless. It does 140, and this Pokemon can't use Blast X during your next turn. It's got 2 retreat cost, a resistance -20 to dark, and weakness ×2 to metal. It has 170 HP, and all round, if you attach the Team Plasma badge and have 4 Deoxys on the bench, it could be a pretty nice card you could run. The next card is, of course, the old Yveltal X. I don't know. Anyway, its first attack, Evil Ball, is a colourless and a darkness, 20 plus for each energy, so 20 more for each energy attached to this Pokemon and your opponent's active Pokemon. That could be quite nice. It's a bit like Mewtwo, just a tiny bit better. And its other move, Cyclone Y, 2 colourless and dark for 90 damage. Move an energy from this Pokemon to one of your bench Pokemon. It's a bit like Darkrai, but it could be nice in a Darkrai Garbodor or something like that, because Evil Ball could be like your main sort of big damage attack. It has a weakness ×2 to lightning, which isn't too bad, and a resistance -20 to fighting, which isn't really going to make much of a difference. Retreat cost of 2 like Xerneas, and 170 HP like Xerneas. Outside of 2, I personally prefer Xerneas, but it's preference really, because I think they're gonna make some energy acceleration for Fairy, so that's just my opinion, I guess. So if you haven't already guessed it, which you may not have, the next EX is Venusaur. Now this is again odd. It's a stage 2, and it's a basic EX, obviously. They're doing this in Legendary Treasures as well. Don't know why. It's interesting, but you know, we'll find out. So its first move is Poison Powder for 2 colourless and a grass. It does 60 damage, and your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned. It's quite nice. It's nowhere near as good as Breakthrough, 90 damage for free. I mean 60 and 30 to a bench, but it could get you a sticky situation. You could run it with a Verbank, I guess. Yeah, it's fair. Its other move, Jungle Hammer, is 2 grass and 2 colourless, 90 damage, and you heal 30 from this Pokemon. It's not awful. It's not great, but it's not awful. It has no resistance, which is, it's not too bad. It has weakness ×2 to fire, and here's where it really lets itself down: 4 retreat cost. And that's pretty hefty on a Pokemon that isn't that great altogether. I'd probably stay away from this. I mean, it could be a nice addition to like a Genesect Virizion, I guess, if you really wanted to, but honestly, there's no real point for it. It has 180 HP, which it's a breath of fresh air, I guess, to get that 10 extra HP. Honestly, on this Pokemon, not worth it. I'd stay away, unless they have other cards which will make it worthwhile. Oh, a Blastoise just joined the party. That's right, the next EX is Blastoise X. It too has 180 HP. Its first move, for 2 colourless energy, Rapid Spin for 30, switches Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon, then your opponent switches the defending Pokemon with one of his or her bench Pokemon. It's quite nice, I like it. Many don't. Anywho, its next move, its big move, 3 water energy, is called Splash Bomb. 120 damage, flip a coin. If tails, this Pokemon does 30 damage to itself. Not a great move. I mean, it's basically pointless because you've got Black Kyurem. If you're going to deluge, you may as well run Black Kyurem. It's pretty much pointless. Although, as I say, we don't know the whole set. We only know these 4 cards. So they could actually be adding something in to make it good. Retreat cost pretty hefty, free, but it does mean you can Heavy Ball for it. Weakness ×2 to grass and no resistance. It's not awful. I meant to say on Splash Bomb, it's flip a coin if tails. So yeah, those are the Yes, it's not awful, I guess. But what to the future? Can we be expecting a Charizard EX? I think we can, and I'm excited to find out what it will be like. So, like and subscribe for more good stuff. That was cheesy.